Hello traders, how are we doing? This is Sapient, and in today's video we are going to be talking about a special topic called from gold to digital. So we are going to be learning how we move from the golden age to the digital age. So let's get into the video. So please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to be informed anytime I drop a video. And also, if you have not seen the episode one of this playlist, please make sure you go and watch it before you come to this one because it is going to be a step-by-step process. So let's get into the video. So when we are talking about the transition of gold to digital age, we need to understand when we started using gold as money. So we can trace that back to around 600 BC, and it was in ancient Lydia, which is now the modern day Turkey, and it was minted. It was first minted under the regime of King Aliatis. So we knew that in the first episode I talked to you about how we move from trade by barter to a commodity money where we use like cowries, gold, silver to as a means of exchange, right? We use them as our money. So now we are talking about gold because gold plays a very huge part in the transition of money, and even in today's world, gold is still playing a vital role because gold is one of the most traded commodities and strongest asset in the entire world. So it is very, very important we know about gold. So we knew that gold is a means of exchange, right? And because everybody accepted gold because it was rare to find and it was a natural resources. So a lot of countries agreed to use gold as a means of exchange. But if you recall, in our first lesson, we said we talked about the problem gold has and the commodity money as a whole, especially gold. We said it was difficult to transport and move, so and we then which gave birth to the rise of paper money. So now the rise of paper money in this context is called the gold standard, right? And what do we mean by the gold standard? What happened during the gold standard? So now imagine every time you you go to the bank, you can and you owed paper money. Let's say $100 or 1,000 naira or whatever currency you owed. You can get a piece of gold in return, which is currently possible, right? So you can get um, a piece of gold in return. So that was what was happening before, right? When we talked about the paper money, it's like a receipt whereby you can take anywhere and they will know that yes, you have gold. You can take it to the bank. They can give you gold. So paper money was like the golden receipt. So countries kept real gold in safes like vaults, right? And they had to print the receipt, the paper for every gold they have. So they cannot print much more paper than the gold they have. They have to print a particular amount of paper for the gold they have. So if they have like 10 gold, if a country has 10 gold bars, they cannot print like 1,000. They cannot print 1,000 notes. So they have to print as much money as gold could support only. So why was it gold? It made people trust money because they knew gold was behind it, right? Because it served as a receipt. So gold was like the back end for the paper money, and government could not print too much, right? Government could not print too much because that was a rule that was backing it, and because a lot of people agreed that it was working and they started using it. So, and as we said, everything that is good also has the bad part. So, at the long run, the gold standard was also stopped. And why was it stopped? Because people need more money. People need more money to build roads, schools, and all. And there was not enough gold to match it because gold is a natural resource. It needs human labor to see gold, and also because some countries had more gold than the other, so it was regarded as cheating. If your country has like 1,000 golds that you got from the ground, right? And your own country, because there's no much gold there, you'll be like they'll be you guys will be poor in your country. So it made things unfair, right? It made things unfair. So um and also one of the main reasons why the gold standard was stopped was because US did something one day. So they said US printed way more dollars than gold had to back up, because there was an incident that happened, and um, the United States of America started printing much more notes than the gold they had in in their store. And you know, when they do business, when they exchange, instead of the gold they give paper. Now when people get paper and they now want their gold, right? And US said there was no gold, so it made things, you know, complicated, and the um they had to stop the gold standard in 1970 in 1971. So I've explained this, that uh, um, banks started issuing paper money as receipt for gold, and also explained that it was not just a shiny metal, right? It was like a trust layer for money, because you take the the paper to anywhere, you take the paper to bank, because it is a means of legal tender. They know that there is gold behind that paper. They know that that paper you brought is worth something in gold. So gold builds trust in um, other paper money, right? It builds this trust that we have today. And when the gold standard was dropped, right? When the gold standard was dropped, they had to. That is, gold was not longer backing any currency. That is, the the trust there was no longer there, right? So what people started using, they started still using the paper money, but not backed by gold entirely, but now backed by trust from the government. So if the government tell us that, yeah, it is this currency is valuable, then it is valuable. So we are trusting the government now, not gold. So as I've said, the reason why gold standard um was dropped. So as time goes on and as technology evolved, we went from paper money now to the digital era that we have, that we can um, we can transfer money online, we can do fast transactions. You don't need to carry cash around, you don't need to carry gold around. Now we have cryptocurrency, we have blockchain technology. If you watch the video of the first lesson, we also explained uh, the reason why we moved from paper money to the digital era that we have now, and how we moved into cryptocurrency, the issue that arose, and which led to the era of the cryptocurrency. So what we can learn from this video is that every technology, every means system of money, that is from trade by barter to commodity to paper money and now to digital era, we're solving problems upon problems upon problems upon problems. There was an issue with every system. So now that we have gotten to the crypto era, right? Countries are now accepting crypto. They are adopting crypto. Now you can pay online with your crypto. Crypto is now the new solution to the system of money that we've had before. So now my question to you now is that, as time goes on, are we going to see another technology? Are we going to see another new system of money that will be a successor to crypto, or we have gotten to the final stage, final edge. We have gotten to the top of the chain of the system of money. That is, we are not going to have any other thing. When we're using cowrie, then it got to a point we started using gold. It got to a point we started using paper money. Then it got to a point now we started using digital money like Bitcoin. So is there going to be a point in time whereby we are going to be using something other than um, other than crypto? So let me know in the comment section if you think there is going to be another technology that will success what we have now. So we've talked about how we moved from the gold age to the digital age, and I hope you understand. If you don't understand, make sure you watch this video again. And if you have not seen the first lesson, make sure you check the first lesson so that you get more understanding of what I've been explaining in this video. So I am going to be seeing you in the next video. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and comment what you think about the question I asked in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.